All right, I'm feeling pretty good. I usually feel good because I was raised with a very high sense of self-esteem, and that's important. Gotta feel good about yourself, have a high sense of self-esteem. My grandmother always said to me, she goes, "You're not gorgeous, you're not beautiful, but you have a face." Thanks, Grandma. Now I know what to put on my profile for Match.com, right? Hey guys, are you looking for a girl with a face? I am single. I always try different things, different looks, you know? Like I've always been a brunette my whole life. I've had brown hair. Then I heard that blondes have more fun, right? She's looking at me like, not tonight, bitch. So a few weeks ago, I dyed my hair blonde just to see what would happen. I'll tell you, one night I'm sitting on a bench with my new blonde hair. Some guy comes over to me. He goes, "How much, honey?" "How much for the night?" I'm like, dude, I am not a hooker. Ugh. But thank you. Thank you so much. So, you know, we were talking over the price, and I was raised by a single mother. So my grandma was around all the time. She helped raise me. She was like a father to me, you know. She even had the beard. Now she's really old, and I call her up to ask her how she's doing. All she ever wants to do is tell me about the weather for some reason. I guess there's nothing else going on. I call her up. She lives in Florida. I'm like, "Grandma, how are you?" "Well, it's like 82 degrees outside, very sunny, a little windy, but that should clear up tomorrow." I'm like, "Grandma, I don't care about the weather report. You know, how are you? How are you doing?" She goes, "I'm 95 years old. How the hell do you think I am? I'm pregnant." She curses all the time, very tough old lady from the Bronx, you know. She's kind of like a cougar, right? But she's a Jewish cougar, so she's actually a juger. And so then she wants to know how I'm doing. She's like, "You're the one who's a comedian in New York City. I'm sure you must be dating all kinds of fascinating, interesting men. Tell me, what's exciting with you?" I'm like, "Oh, thanks, Grandma. It's like 63 degrees outside." I have been seeing a guy for a while, off and on for 2 years, casually, right? Now he wants to take the relationship up a step, and he wants to exchange keys to each other's apartments, which is sweet, but I don't really know if I want him to have a key, because then he can just walk into my house at any time. And there are certain personal things that a girl does when she's alone that she just doesn't want her boyfriend to see, right? Private things, you know? Just like tweezing your eyebrows, or bleaching your hair, or stooping somebody else. I'm kidding. I don't tweeze my eyebrows. Sometimes guys don't like that joke, you know, because there's a double standard. They don't want to believe that the woman they love could be cheating on them. Meanwhile, it's perfectly okay for a guy to have an affair with a nanny, right? All over this country, men are having affairs with their nannies, and that's okay. But I think if you're stupid enough to hire a young, hot nanny, you deserve your man cheating on you. I'm sorry. Come on, I would never hire a young, hot nanny. The only nanny I would ever hire would be Bruce/Caitlyn Jenner. Because that way, we could both cheat at the same time. Sorry, I keep spitting, by the way. That's disgusting. I can't help it. You guys are lucky you're not sitting right here. You'd be getting a shower. It's the space that I have between my teeth. You see it? Somebody say yes, I can close my damn mouth, please. Okay. Now, veterinarians, they can look at an animal's teeth and they can tell exactly what happened with that animal, like family history, ancestry, everything, just from looking at their teeth. And the same is true for human beings, because we're animals too, you know? So what I did, I went to the vet, I had him look at my teeth, okay? I'm sorry, I don't have a dental plan, sir. What do you want from me, okay? We can't all be fancy like you with a nice beard and a wife and a life, okay? I'm a comedian. We don't get benefits. I don't have anything. Do you see these pearls? Do you think these are real pearls? These aren't real pearls. These are chickpeas painted white. But at midnight, they turn into hummus, and that's pretty cool. So I was raised by a single mother, and we didn't always have that much money when I was growing up. So if we'd go to a restaurant we really couldn't afford, we would get one big meal, like a big potato, and share it. But I remember this one time we went to a restaurant. The waitress gets all upset. She's angry. She's like, "You know, if you're going to share that, you're going to have to pay a sharing charge for $3. Is a $3 sharing charge." My mother has her own vocabulary. She says, "Well, really, I'm not sharing. I'm just going to be picking. I'm only picking." The waitress says, "Well, what's the difference between sharing and picking?" My mother said, $3. I live in New York City. I love it there. The thing is, we all have these really tiny apartments, you know? Everybody has such a small apartment. We're known for that. My apartment is so small, I have to keep certain things outside in the hallway. You know, like my bed. Actually, I shouldn't complain. My next door neighbor just got evicted. Now all his stuff is in the hallway. Now we're roommates. It's hard to be single in New York City, so I did online dating. Online dating is annoying because people lie online all the time in their profile. You know, they lie about what they look like, what they do for a living. Then when you meet them, it's a whole different picture. Like I was talking to this guy online, true story. He told me he was 5'10". Then I met him in person. That turned out to be his weight. And his profile said long walks on the beach, more like short drives to Burger King. You see a lot of really weird things in New York City. This is famous. You see strange things there. Some of you guys are staring at me like, we're looking at a weird thing right now. I was at a restaurant. There was a guy sitting there wearing 3 separate necklaces with a giant cross on each necklace. Now, even the Pope doesn't wear 3 giant crosses, right? So you gotta think, you gotta wonder. All right, if you're wearing 1 giant cross, you're religious, you're Christian, God bless. If you're wearing 2 giant crosses, you're religious, you're Christian, and you're probably afraid of vampires. If you're wearing 3 giant crosses on 3 separate necklaces, like you're trying to overcompensate for something, right? You're trying to cover something up. You're a Jew. And just for the record, I sat there and I watched him, and he did pack up a doggy bag, including the ketchup bottle. So there you go. Before I go, I want you guys to know I did go on a date recently. I want you to know I went on a 3rd date with an attorney. Thank you very much, an attorney. I know, some of you guys are shocked, aren't you? You didn't think I could do it, did you? Little 5-foot, little classless me with an attorney. But that's what happens when you get a DUI. You meet attorneys. I'm Sheba Mason. Thank you very much.